I never thought my empire would crumble at the hands of those I loved most. That rainy April morning, the sharp thud of lawsuit papers hitting my mahogany desk echoed through my sprawling mansion, a cold, cavernous place where laughter once rang. The names on those papers, scrawled in black ink, were the ones I'd held closest. My sister, my oldest friend, the family I'd sworn to protect. My heart sank as the marble floors seemed to swallow me whole, the chandelier above glinting like a mockery of my wealth. How had it come to this? How had love turned to lawsuits, loyalty to betrayal? The sting of their rejection cuts deeper than I can say, like a knife twisting in a wound I didn't know I had. I see us still, late nights around the kitchen table, planning a future we'd build together, my sister's laugh lighting up the room. I thought I was their rock, their provider, pouring every dollar and dream into their happiness. But somewhere, love soured into resentment, and greed crept in like a thief. Was I blind to their pain? Did my success cast a shadow I couldn't see? The night before the lawsuit, I found a letter in my sister's handwriting, words I can't unsee, a truth I'm not ready to share. Not yet. This is my story, raw and unraveling, a tale of family, loss, and the cost of a fortune that couldn't buy loyalty. If you've ever felt the ache of a broken bond or questioned who you can trust, you'll feel this. Walk with me through this heartbreak, through the secrets I've buried too long. Hit that like button if betrayal has ever left you breathless. Share your story in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone. And subscribe to uncover the truth with me, chapter by chapter. My hands shook, the lawsuit papers crinkling like dry leaves under my grip as rain hammered the mansion's arched windows, a relentless drumbeat swallowing my thoughts. Emily's name, my sister, my heart, glared up at me in stark black ink, paired with Tom, my oldest friend, the guy I'd shared cheap beers and big dreams with. Betrayal wasn't just a word. It was a blade, cold and sharp, slicing through the life I'd built, brick by gilded brick. The papers accused me of hoarding wealth, cutting them out, painting me as some greedy king, lording over a kingdom I'd never meant to claim. Lies, every syllable, but they burned like truth. I stumbled to the bar cart, the marble floor cold beneath my bare feet, and poured a whiskey. The glass was icy, the amber liquid stinging my throat as I swallowed hard, trying to drown the ache. In my mind, I saw Emily's wedding, her laugh brighter than the summer sun as I handed her the keys to a new house, my gift to her future. Was that smile a lie? Had it always been? I sank into my leather chair, the room's shadows pooling around me, and stared at a faded family photo on my desk. Mom, Dad, Emily, me, before the millions, when love didn't come with a price tag. My phone buzzed, a harsh jolt in the silence. Emily's text glowed. "We need to talk." My chest tightened like a fist squeezing my ribs. What could she say to justify this? I rummaged through my desk, desperate for something to anchor me, and found a crumpled note from Tom, scrawled years ago in his sloppy hand. Brothers forever. My stomach churned, bile rising. We'd been kids then, scraping by, promising to have each other's backs. Now his name on that lawsuit felt like a spit in the face. The betrayal was alive, clawing at my chest, a beast I couldn't tame. I paced the office, the rain's rhythm mocking my pulse. The mansion, once a symbol of triumph, felt like a tomb, its chandeliers dim, its walls whispering secrets. Had I missed the signs? Emily's late-night calls, her voice tight with something unspoken. Tom's silences, his eyes dodging mine at dinners. I'd built an empire, but maybe I'd built their resentment too. The thought gnawed at me, relentless. What had I done to turn my sister, my friend, into enemies? I gripped the whiskey glass tighter, the edges biting my palm. That text from Emily was a fuse, already sparking. Sparking is leading to a truth I wasn't sure I could face. Did she want to explain, or was this another trap? I saw her face in my mind, her eyes soft like Mom's, and for a moment, I wanted to believe she was still mine. But the papers on my desk screamed otherwise. Tom's note, Emily's text, the accusations, they were pieces of a puzzle I didn't want to solve. Yet I couldn't stop. The truth was out there, buried in their lies, and I'd find it, even if it broke me. I wasn't ready to face them, not yet, but the fuse was lit, and there was no turning back. My kitchen felt like a graveyard, the ghosts of our past crowding the air as I faced Emily across the table. Once, this room echoed with her laughter, our late-night dreams of a bigger life. Now it was a battlefield, the mahogany table a no man's land between us. Her eyes dodged mine, shadowed with guilt, her fingers twisting a napkin to shreds. My sister, my heart, looked like a stranger, her face pale under the dim glow of the chandelier. I'd invited her here for answers, but the silence was a wall, thick and cold. "Why, Em?" I finally asked, my voice rough, like gravel in my throat. "Why sue me?" She flinched, her lips tight. "You changed," she snapped, her voice sharp but brittle. "The money poisoned you. You left us behind." The words hit like a slap, and I saw her at 20, begging for a loan, my hesitation cutting her deep. Had that moment planted this? I leaned forward, the air heavy with the scent of rain and regret. "You think I wanted this distance?" I said, my chest tight. "I gave you everything." Her eyes flashed, wet with unshed tears. "Everything but you." The accusation stung, raw and true. I remembered her laugh, how it used to light up this room. Now it was gone, replaced by this chasm. I pulled the letter from my pocket, its edges worn. "What's this, Em? You said I wasn't meant to read it." Her face crumpled, a soft sob escaping. "You weren't," she whispered, her voice breaking. "It's not what you think." I pushed, my voice low, desperate. "Then tell me." But she stood, her chair scraping the floor, and fled, her footsteps fading like a dying pulse. A scrap of paper fell from her purse as she left, unnoticed by her. I grabbed it, my hands shaking. Scrawled in her handwriting, "James knows." My blood froze. Who the hell was James? The kitchen closed in, the walls whispering memories of us, kids planning a future, not this war. Had my success built this hate? I sank into a chair. The note burning my palm. Emily's words echoed, poisoned, left behind. Was she right? I'd poured millions into her life, houses, cars, dreams, but maybe I'd missed what she needed most. Me. The letter, that name, James. It was a puzzle piece that didn't fit. I saw her face in my mind, those soft eyes like Mom's, now hard with secrets. The betrayal was a living thing, gnawing at my bones. I wanted to chase her, demand the truth, but my legs wouldn't move. The note, the lawsuit, her tears, they were threads in a web I couldn't untangle. Not yet. The flickering porch light at Tom's house cast jagged shadows across the wet lawn, like accusations waiting to pounce. My boots sank into the mud as I approached, my pulse a wild drumbeat. Tom, my brother in all but blood, had signed his name to a lawsuit that gutted me. The air was thick with rain and dread, my breath visible in the cold. I knocked, my knuckles raw, and when he opened the door, his face was a mask. No trace of the guy who'd toasted my first million, his grin wide as the horizon. "What do you want?" he growled, leaning against the frame, his eyes hard. "You sued me," I said, my voice low, trembling with rage. "Why?" He laughed, a bitter sound like glass breaking. "You left us behind, man. Thought you were too good for us." The words sliced deep, and I saw us at 20, splitting cheap beer, dreaming of empires. Had I betrayed that? "You got the empire," he spat, stepping closer. "I got nothing." His breath smelled of whiskey, his stance unsteady. I remembered a deal we'd planned, one I'd bailed on when the numbers didn't add up. "That deal," I said, my voice tight. "Is that what this is about?" His eyes narrowed, a flicker of pain breaking through. "You screwed me over, took it all." My mind reeled. Had my choice back then to save the company, cost him everything? I stepped closer, the porch creaking. "I trusted you, Tom." He flinched, his jaw tight. "Check Emily's letter," he muttered, turning away. "It's not about you." The door slammed, leaving me in the dark, the light flickering out. What the hell did that mean? The drive home was a blur, rain smearing the windshield like my thoughts. Tom's words clawed at me, his anger a mirror to Emily's. Had I been blind to their pain? I saw us in college, laughing, promising to rise together. My success was supposed to lift us all, but maybe it crushed them instead. The letter, Emily's secret, Tom's hint, felt like a bomb ticking in my pocket. Who was James? The name burned, a ghost I couldn't place. My hands gripped the wheel, knuckles white. Was I the villain they saw? I pulled into the mansion, its windows dark, like eyes hiding secrets. Tom's betrayal, Emily's tears. They were pieces of a puzzle I'd ignored too long. The memory of that deal haunted me. Tom's face when I walked away, his silence after. Had I chosen money over him? The question stung, raw and relentless. I needed that letter, needed to know what they were hiding. But the truth felt like a trap, one I'd built myself. Have you ever wondered if your success broke someone you loved? My office was a cave, the only light, a desk lamp casting harsh shadows as I held Emily's letter. Her handwriting, shaky, dated 2 years ago, burned my eyes. I can't keep pretending. My breath hitched, the room shrinking, the rain outside a faint hiss. It wasn't about the lawsuit. She'd hidden a debt, one I could have wiped clean with a check. But her pride, sharp as glass, kept her silent. The words blurred as my pulse roared. Why hadn't she told me? I saw her face, that soft smile, now twisted with secrets. Was this why she'd turned on me? The letter mentioned Tom, a deal that broke them. My head pounded, memories flickering. Tom's voice tight with anger when I took over the company. Had I missed something bigger? I rummaged through my laptop, finding an old email from him. "We'll fix it, Em." Fix what? My fingers shook as I dialed my lawyer, the phone cold against my ear. "What's this about misrepresented assets?" I demanded. His voice was grim. "Your signatures on documents hiding funds from them." My signature? I hadn't known. Tom had handled those papers. Had he set me up? A voicemail from an unknown number stopped me cold. "You owe me." The voice was low, unfamiliar, dripping with venom. My blood turned to ice. James, the name from Emily's note. Who was he? I saw her at the kitchen table, her eyes dodging mine, whispering about the letter. She'd known something bigger, something that changed us. I gripped the letter, its edges biting my skin, and reread her words. I lied to protect us. Protect us from what? The mansion's silence pressed in, its walls mocking my blindness. I paced, the marble floor cold, my mind a storm. Emily's pride, Tom's resentment, they were threads in a web I'd woven without knowing. The deal, the assets, James, pieces of a truth I'd ignored. I saw Mom's face, her secretive calls, and wondered if she'd known too. Had I been the fool all along? The voicemail played in my head, a loop of dread. I wanted to call Emily, demand answers, but fear stopped me. What if the truth was worse than betrayal? The lamp flickered, casting my shadow on the wall, distorted like the man I'd become. The letter was a key, but the lock was a Pandora's box. I saw Emily's wedding, her laugh, my gift of a new life. Had it meant nothing? The whiskey bottle called, but I ignored it, my hands trembling. James's voice, Tom's email, Emily's tears, they were closing in, a noose tightening. I wasn't ready, but the truth was coming, and it would burn everything down. The diner's neon buzzed like a dying fly, its greasy air a slap from the life I'd left behind. My lawyer, Paul, sat across from me, his tie loose, his eyes heavy with news that hit like a fist. The lawsuit wasn't just about money. It was a vendetta. My hands gripped the chipped mug, coffee bitter as my thoughts. Paul slid documents across the table, my signature scrawled on pages, claiming I'd hidden assets from Emily and Tom, tied to our family business. My signature, but not my choice. Tom had handled those deals, my trust in him blind as love. Had he planned this? I saw Emily's face sobbing after Mom's death, my promise to protect her ringing in my ears. I'd failed, hadn't I? The diner's hum faded as I remembered signing those papers, Tom's calm voice assuring me it was routine. Routine. The word tasted like ash. Paul leaned in, his voice low. "They're painting you as the villain, Nick. This could ruin you publicly. Ruin me." The words echoed as I stared at the rain-slicked window, the world outside a blur of betrayal. Driving past our old family home, its windows dark, I felt the weight of everything I'd lost. The house was gone, sold to fuel my empire, but had it cost me them? Emily's letter burned in my pocket, her words about pride and debt haunting me. Tom's email, that voicemail from James, whoever he was, swirled in my head. Had I been played from the start? The road blurred, my hands tight on the wheel, my chest aching with the promise I'd broken. Paul's warning rang. The public would see me as a monster. I saw headlines, my name smeared, my life a spectacle. Emily's hurt eyes, Tom's bitter laugh. They'd turn me into their enemy. Was I? I remembered Mom's funeral, Emily's hand in mine, Tom's arm around me. We were family then. Now I was alone. The mansion a hollow shell. The documents, my signature, they were proof of my blindness, my trust a weapon they'd wielded. The radio played some old song, one Mom loved, and my throat tightened. Had she known about James? The name was a ghost, slipping through every crack in my life. I wanted to call Emily to scream, but her voice, "You changed," stopped me. Maybe I had. The diner, the house, the rain, it all felt like a stage. My life a tragedy I'd written. What would you do if your family made you the enemy? The cafe was a cage, its dim lights barely cutting the tension as I faced Emily and Tom. My hands shook, the letter a weight in my pocket. Emily's eyes were red, tears clinging to her lashes, while Tom sat rigid, his jaw a tight line. The air was thick, the coffee's bitter scent mixing with my dread. I demanded this meeting, but now their silence was a wall, and I was on the wrong side. "Talk," I said, my voice raw, the letter burning a hole through me. Emily flinched, her hands twisting her cup. I slammed the letter down, its creases sharp. "You lied to me, Em, about the debt. Why?" Her sob broke the silence, raw and jagged. "I was protecting you," she whispered, her voice crumbling. "Protecting me? From what?" Tom's eyes flicked to her, then away, his silence louder than words. "You stole the business," he finally spat, his voice venomous. "Left me with nothing." The accusation hit like a punch, his bitterness a mirror to my guilt. I saw Tom's face years ago, furious when I took over the company. Had I ignored his pain? "I trusted you," I said, my voice shaking. His laugh was cold. "Big mistake." Emily's hand reached for mine, then stopped. "There's more, Nick," she whispered, sliding a photo across the table. Mom, Dad, and a stranger, his smile too familiar. My world tilted, the cafe spinning. "Who is he?" I demanded, my voice a growl. She looked away, tears falling. The photo was a knife, cutting through years of lies. Mom's smile, so like Emily's, hid something dark. Tom shifted, his eyes darting. "You don't know everything," he muttered. My mind raced. James, the debt, the assets. Were they all connected? I saw us at Mom's funeral, clinging to each other. Was it all a lie? Emily's sob echoed in my chest, her words a plea. "I didn't want you to know." "Know what?" The stranger's face haunted me. A ghost I couldn't name. The cafe's hum faded, the world narrowing to that photo. My hand shook, the letters, words, pride, debt, Tom, swirling. I wanted to scream to break the table, but their faces stopped me. Emily's guilt, Tom's rage, they were my family, but strangers now. The truth was a shadow, growing closer, and I was terrified. I grabbed the photo, my voice low. "Tell me everything." But they didn't. The silence followed me out, heavy as the rain. The photo of the stranger burned in my hand, his face, Mom's eyes, Dad's jaw. A ghost I couldn't shake. The attic air was thick with dust and secrets as I tore through old boxes, the mansion's silence pressing in. My flashlight caught a yellowed birth certificate. James, born a year before me, given up. My half-brother. The paper shook in my grip, the rain outside a faint roar. Mom had another son, and I'd never known. The photo's smile mocked me, a family I didn't belong to. My phone rang, Emily's name flashing. "Stop digging, Nick," she begged, her voice frantic, cracking. "It'll ruin us." Her fear was a live wire, but I couldn't stop. I saw Mom's secretive calls, her tired eyes, and wondered what else she'd hidden. I tracked down Clara, Mom's old friend, her voice heavy over coffee at her cramped apartment. "She gave him up," Clara said, eyes distant. "Emily and Tom found out years ago." My chest caved. They'd known? The certificate felt like a bomb. James's name a detonation. Was this why they sued me? Did they think I'd stolen his share? I saw Emily's tears, Tom's rage. Had they been protecting him? My phone pinged. Tom's email, cold and curt. "Meet me at the warehouse, alone." My pulse spiked, the attic closing in, the warehouse, our first business, a relic of dreams we'd shared. What did he want? I gripped the photo, the stranger's face a mirror to my own. Clara's words echoed. "They thought you knew." Knew what? That Mom had another son? That I'd built my empire on his loss? My mind spun, memories of Mom's late-night whispers clawing at me. Had she kept him from me to protect me or herself? The certificate's ink blurred, my eyes burning. Emily's plea rang in my ears, but the truth was a hunger I couldn't ignore. I saw Tom's note from years ago, brothers forever, and laughed, a bitter sound. The attic's shadows danced, my flashlight flickering. James's existence changed everything. Emily's debt, Tom's deal, the lawsuit. Were they his soldiers fighting for his share? I needed to know, but fear gnawed at me. The warehouse meeting loomed, a trap or a key. I stuffed the certificate in my pocket, my hand shaking, the stranger's smile haunting me. The truth was a cliff, and I was already falling. The warehouse reeked of rust and failure, its sagging beams a skeleton of our first business. Tom stood in the dim glow of a single bulb, his face a war of guilt and defiance. My boots echoed on the concrete, each step heavier than the last. "You knew about James," I said, my voice low, the photo of the stranger, my half-brother, burning in my pocket. Tom's jaw tightened, his eyes flicking away. "He came to me," he said he deserved his share. My breath caught, the air thick with betrayal. James, Mom's hidden son, had found Tom, not me. "You helped him sue me," I said, my voice shaking. Tom's laugh was hollow, echoing off the walls. "You took everything, Nick. The business, the money, his birthright." His words were a knife, twisting. I saw us at the warehouse's opening, toasting our dreams. Had I stolen his? I stepped closer, the cold biting my skin. "You set me up," I said, the assets documents flashing in my mind. Tom's eyes softened, just for a second, then hardened. "He was broke, Nick. Mom left him nothing." My stomach dropped. Mom's secret calls, her tired eyes. Had she known James was out there? Tom pulled a USB drive from his pocket, his hand steady. "It's all here, you won't like it." I took it, my fingers numb, the weight of it like a grenade. What was on it? Emails, proof, James's voice? My mind screamed, but I couldn't speak. The warehouse's shadows swallowed us, the bulb flickering. I saw Tom's face years ago, proud, my partner. Now he was a stranger, his betrayal a mirror to Emily's. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked, my voice breaking. He shrugged, eyes distant. "You wouldn't have listened." Was he right? I'd trusted him blindly, signed papers without looking. Had I built this trap? The USB felt alive, pulsing with truths I wasn't ready for. I turned to leave, the rain outside a dull roar. Tom's voice stopped me. "I didn't want this, Nick." His guilt hit me, but it was too late. The warehouse door slammed shut, the sound final. My car's headlights cut through the dark, but my mind was darker. James, Tom, Emily. They'd woven a web and I was caught. The USB burned in my pocket, a ticking bomb I couldn't ignore. My office was a tomb, the laptop's blue glow carving my face in the dark as I plugged in Tom's USB. James's video loaded, his face, Mom's eyes, Dad's jaw, filling the screen. "I grew up with nothing," he said, his voice steady, venomous. "She gave me up and you got it all." My heart stopped, the room spinning. My half-brother, abandoned, had watched me build an empire on what he thought was his. The rain outside hissed, a cruel echo of his words. Was he right? Emails on the drive showed Tom and Emily plotting with James, framing me as the greedy one. My signature on asset documents. Tom's doing marked me a thief. I found a bank transfer to Emily, labeled family debt, from years ago. My hand shook. Had I paid for James without knowing? I saw Emily's face, her tears in the cafe, her voice. "I hid him to protect you." Protect me from this? My chest ached, the truth a weight I couldn't carry. I called Emily, my voice raw. "You knew about James," I said. Her sobs crackled through the phone. "I wanted to keep you safe," she said, her voice breaking. Safe? From a brother I didn't know existed? I saw Mom's secretive smile, her late-night calls. Had she known he'd come for me? The video looped in my mind, James's eyes burning. "I just want what's mine. Mine." The word twisted my empire, suddenly his shadow. A knock at the door, my lawyer Paul, his face grim. "James is suing you directly now," he said, handing me new papers. My signature again on documents I didn't remember. Tom's betrayal, Emily's lies. They were a noose, tightening. I saw us as kids laughing, whole. Now we were strangers bound by a secret named James. The USB's emails detailed their plan, every word a cut. Had I been blind, or had they hidden him too well? The mansion's silence was deafening, the laptop's light a cruel spotlight. James's plea, Emily's tears, Tom's guilt. They were pieces of a life I didn't know. My hands trembled, the papers heavy. The truth was here, raw and ugly. And I couldn't look away. The knock, the video, the emails, they were closing in, a storm I couldn't outrun. I was alone. The empire, a hollow crown. The courtroom was a crypt. James's eyes, Mom's eyes, cutting me from across the room. The silence was a weight, crushing, as I stood, my hand shaking. The rain outside a faint echo of my pulse. He testified, his voice calm, venomous. He hoarded what was mine. My half-brother, a stranger, claimed my empire as his birthright. The jury's eyes bored into me, my life a spectacle. I saw Mom's face, her secrets buried with her, and felt the sting of her absence. I took the stand, my voice cracking. I didn't know you existed, James. The truth was a blade, cutting me open. The room held its breath as I spoke of Mom's silence, my blind trust in Tom. Emily's eyes, red and raw, met mine from the gallery. She stood, her voice trembling, interrupting. I hid him to protect Nick. The courtroom gasped, her confession a bomb. She'd known about James, kept him from me, thinking it would save me. Tom sat silent, his betrayal a shadow. A note from him slipped to my lawyer, burned in my pocket. I'm sorry. Sorry for framing me, for helping James. I couldn't look at him, my brother in name only. The judge's gavel fell, the lawsuit dismissed, but the victory was ash. My family was gone, their secrets a fire that consumed us. I saw Emily's wedding, Tom's toast, our past a lie I'd believed. I walked out, the rain soaking my skin, the mansion looming in my mind like a ghost. My empire stood, but it was hollow, built on a family I'd lost. James's eyes haunted me, Mom's eyes, a mirror to my failure. Emily's tears, Tom's note, they were all I had left. The truth hadn't set me free. It had broken me. I stood alone, the city's lights blurring, my heart a ruin of what was. This isn't the end, but a raw, jagged start. I see them still, Emily's laugh, Tom's grin, James's pain. If you've lost someone to secrets, you know this ache, this emptiness where love used to be. Like this, if their betrayal cut you deep, comment your story. I'm reading every one, searching for a piece of my own. Subscribe to walk this broken road with me, to find the truth in the ashes of trust.